Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. One of the examinations that you have been waiting for, and its notification might be out soon, and you should be preparing for the examination is CMAT. Okay, because even though it might be delayed by some time, but the examination will be held. Okay, CMAT is an examination which is accepted by several B schools. In fact, there are hundreds of B schools that accept CMAT scores. Although there are a handful of them which you can consider as top institutes. So we'll be talking about those institutes, the good institutes that accept CMAT scores, which you should be targeting. And apart from that, there are several, like most of the institutes, tier 3, tier 4, all institutes accept CMAT scores, but your primary target should be the top institutes. So we will discuss these top institutes in today's video, that what are the cutoffs that is required, and like what is need to be done in CMAT in order to do well in the examination. Okay, so we will discuss these things in this video. So if you have got calls from IIMs and are preparing for VAT and PI, you can enroll in our program wherein we'll have personalized mentoring, mock interviews by faculty members, okay, and B school reviews, etc., etc. And in case you are preparing for CAT 2022, we have course for that as well. So CMAT is conducted by NTA, National Testing Agency, the same organization that conducts IFT as well. Okay, and till 2018 it was conducted by AICT. Post that it was conducted by NTA, and the number of test takers is about 50 to 70,000. Last year also somewhere close to 65,000 people appeared in the examination, and generally the examination is held in February, maybe January end or mid February, but last year it was conducted, if I'm not wrong, it was conducted on 31st March. Okay, because I remember it was post Holi, right? So in 2021 it was conducted in March, otherwise it is usually conducted in January to February. Right, notification is out by December. So this time the notification is not out yet, and we know the reason, that is again a surge in the number of COVID cases. So you can expect the notification soon, and like if it appears that the this Omicron wave might subside in the coming days. So maybe you can expect the examination this year in March. 2022 you can expect in March, because see there are this examination is important because there are several institutes, right? Not just like handful of 2050. There are hundreds of institutes that accept CMAT scores, right? And now many of them would be accepting multiple scores. So you have to check those institutes individually. If they have such certain constraint that by this date, if your CMAT is not done, we will not accept the scores, etc. Okay, so CMAT is accepted by all AICT approved institutions, universities, colleges, and affiliated colleges. Okay, so it's a big examination, especially like for the people who just want to get into some MBA college. But there are certain good schools also, right? So the good students obviously would target those institutes, and we'll talk about these institutes. So you need to be graduate in any stream with minimum 50%, and there is no limit on number of attempts or age of candidate, right? So you can attempt this n number of times. There is no such restriction on that. So we talk about the examination. It is one of the easiest examinations. So those who feel कि यार जिनकी quant बहुत अच्छी लेवल की नहीं है, इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है, right? Can they crack this examination? Yes, they can, right? If you're, let's say your English is not so great, you are from some vernacular medium college, right? School, you have not studied like English very well, and your English okay type, right? बहुत हाई फाई, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट पैसेजेस समझ में नहीं आते, ग्रामर बहुत अच्छी नहीं है, or quant and reasoning also is not very high, like you cannot do like things very fast, your speed is slow, right? This is an examination which you can target and score well. Okay, so if you talk about this examination structure, there are 4 sections, and the challenging section is GK. That is the difference maker. Okay, so see, in quant, English, and reasoning, even if you are let us slow in quant, right, you should have good concept clear होने चाहिए. Baki speed does not matter, right? Concept matters, speed does not matter. I'll tell you the reason why. The paper is of 180 minutes. ठीक है? 180 minutes में you have 100 questions, और 100 क्वेश्चन किसके होते हैं? 25 verbal ability, okay, 25 quant. Now even if you are slow in quant, right, let's say you are able to do just 10 questions, uh, like in CAT, maybe you found that even doing 10 questions is difficult. The level of questions is easy, right? 21 in LR, 25 in LR, and 25 in GK. So GK will hardly take 15 minutes. Okay? Verbal will take, let's say, 30 minutes. You have more than 2 hours to appear these 2 sections. Okay, so you can easily attempt the paper, right? Let's say total 180. So even if you take 75 minutes here, okay, still you are left with 60 questions for an hour. So time is not the constant. You have enough time to appear for the test and solve the questions, right? So don't need to worry about कि मेरी speed slow and all, मेरे concept उतने strong नहीं है. Level easy आता है. You can see past year papers, right? Level is not so difficult. The thing is GK. Prepare well in the GK section, because in GK either you know, you do not know. There are some people who will score 30 in GK. Okay, some people might also score 70 plus. So 40 marks ka difference, like in quant, English, and LR, most people will score on similar lines. Okay, so GK is where you can make the difference. If you score 50 plus, right, 70 plus is the extreme end, right? Even if you score 50 plus in GK, that is considered a very good score. You can make the difference in the GK section and beat others. Okay, and the top colleges are JBIMS, SIMC, Sydenham, that is KJ Somaya, Great Lakes, GIM, etc. So these are the cutoffs. Okay, so like if you talk about JBIMS accepts through several sources, right? It accepts through CMAT. It has CAT also, but generally people who top in CAT would go to IIMs, they want to go to JBIMS. Then you have CMAT, then you have Maharashtra CET, okay, and you have MAT, multiple channels to get into JBIMS. Since there are just 18 seats, okay, it has 120 seats, right, and 85% reserved for Maharashtra, 15% for OMS candidates. So you get just 18 seats, right? So you need to get through CMAT they will like admit around 6, 7 students from each of these examinations, right? So maximum maybe 8 students through CMAT. Okay, so if you consider 60,000 people, right, 1% will be 600, right? 0.01% will be 6, right? So you need to get a 99.99 percentile in CMAT in order to get JBIMS. Okay, so if you have to get to that JBIMS, then it is a very difficult shot, but yes, it is possible through CMAT. Okay, someone gets it, right? There are people who get 99.99 also. Okay, then Sydenham also, the cutoff is very high. It is approximately 99.9596 types. Wellington, now some of you like those who are from non-Maharashtra might not have heard of this MMS and PGDM. So what happens is MMS is a degree given by the Mumbai University, right? So the thing is you must be seeing कि यहाँ पे MMS भी दिया, PGDM भी दिया. So MMS is by Mumbai University and the fees is low. Okay, so same college, same kind of companies will come, but the thing is low fees, right? You will be studying at very nominal fees, and this will have higher fees. Okay, so that is the difference between MMS and PGDM. Okay, of course, the cutoff for MMS is very high because obviously everyone would prefer to go with the lower fees, right? If other things remain same, that the teachers, the type of companies that visit, so obviously you will try to go with the lower fees option. So that's why the cutoffs are quite high. Okay, the forms are not yet out. JBM is primarily targets to Maharashtra CT, so that will be out later. It will be through cap rounds. Okay, PGDM over MBA. See, PGDM is what I would say that if it's a good institute, then no one cares. Right? Earlier, IIMs also did not have this MBA thing. Right? They also gave PGDM and PGPM. So if it is a good institute, right, it has a brand value in the corporate, so you can go for PGDM. Uh, so you will have to check with those institutes, right? For example, someone was telling me that GIM has this, but I did check their site. There is no such notification that like they will not accept CMAT scores. But yes, if the last date is filling out soon, so probably you will miss out on those colleges in the in CMAT. Okay. Then you have KJ Samaya also accepting CMAT score, so it accepts, it does accept it, but you will have to keep a track that what see, the thing is, notification should be out soon, probably in let's say another 2 weeks time or so, because examination should be conducted by March, because many colleges, not only these colleges, these are some of the top colleges, right? There are let's say more than I would say around 1,000 colleges that accept CMAT scores. Okay, so they will have to conduct the examination, and the like all those any college you see they accept CMAT scores. Okay, so then these are the institutes that you can target, right? GIM, ME2 Mumbai, Great Lakes, and IBM Pune. So these are some of the institutes that accept CMAT scores, and these are some of the good ones, right? I would say that okay, JBIMS is definitely in top tier one. Then these are some tier two institutes that accept CMAT scores, and that could be targeted through the examination. Okay, so wait for the examination to happen, and like depending on your caliber, seeing your performance in the tests and all, you can apply to these institutes with the examination. Okay, V schools application is going on. Yes, you can apply. Uh, but what all examinations is it accepting right now? Okay, CMAT, most of these institutes will open uh, uh, their window for CMAT also, because there has been a significant number of people appearing in CMAT and getting into these colleges. Okay. So other colleges, see see some colleges might not accept CMAT scores. That is not through this. Okay, but I mean, there are some colleges that they will specifically mention, and for individual colleges, you may call them and ask them, right? Because see, some colleges might think that CMAT is delayed, let us not accept. Whereas some colleges might have the criteria, okay, if CMAT comes up, we'll reopen the applications or kind of thing. So you can just like before applying to any of the colleges, you can drop a call, ask them. That will give you a clarity. There are hundreds of institutes, right? You cannot keep track of each and every institute. So if you are targeting some specific institutes, please get clear information, because uh, like there are a lot of rumors also spread around, right? Some people say that the last date, they are saying that like for example, someone told me about Goa Institute of Management or some institute that if CMAT is not held before 31st of March, right, they won't accept the scores, right? I checked that there was no such news. Okay, if they're accepting CAT, maybe they accept CAT, but you check with the institutes that whether they will accept CMAT scores also. That's what I'm saying, that please do check with these institutes individually, because they might or they might not. Sometimes actually CMAT is held every year. so they should accept it, but they might be skeptical that when will CMAT be held. But generally they will accept, because CMAT, like if it is held, it should be held by March. Okay, and scores would be out soon, and then people could still get into these. Okay, so these are some of the top institutes that you could be targeting, and based on your performance, you can think about these, right? If you have taken mock test and scoring well, if your GK is strong, right? So accordingly, you can think of these institutes. This you can target these, that okay, this is my aim. Let's say okay, JBIMS does not look possible. Let me just try for Wellinger or SIES, right, or KJ Sumaya, depending on your caliber. Let's say if you are from Maharashtra, then you have more chances of converting these. Okay, especially these Maharashtra based colleges. So you will have to see to it based on your profile, your category, etc. That these are for general category, general open category for these institutes. Okay. So score versus percentile, see that keeps on changing year from year, and plus last year if you talk about, there was no nothing like score versus percentile, because last year they did not give the score. Last year they gave the percentile itself. Prior to that, they used to have the score versus percentile, and if they revert to that format, we will talk about what score, at what score you will get what percentile. Okay, so for that, I mean, we will that we will come to know only when the examination pattern, examination difficulty is known. So that is something that needs to be discussed post the test gets over. Okay. All right, so this was the information about these colleges. If you like want to target these institutes, and you know that like CMAT will happen. Okay, don't be of the opinion that CMAT is not going to happen this time, right? And CMAT will happen maybe probably in March. So just wait for the notification. Okay, and if you want to get into some MBA college this year itself, so this could be an opportunity. The main purpose to tell you is that you should keep your preparation on. Okay, you should not leave the preparation. You should not think, yeah, CMAT is बार नहीं हो रहा है, so let's not prepare, right? So keep your preparation on. Okay, you do not know when the notification might come up. Okay, and since it's an important examination, big examination held every year, there are several colleges whose admissions rely on CMAT. Okay, so this is examination will be held, maybe delayed, but it will be held. Okay, like last year, you had MHCT held very late, right? September में हुआ था, but हुआ तो था. Okay, so that is what you have to be focused on. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, you can check with these colleges, like if you're if you see that the applications are on, and if you are targeting those colleges, please do check with them, right? Call them, confirm with them that whether they accept your CMAT scores also, if CMAT is held, let's say somewhere in March or April or not. If they are not going to accept, then you will have to think of alternate plans. If they say that yes, if they assure that okay, yes, even if CMAT is held date, we will accept the scores. So you can wait for CMAT and then apply to those colleges. Okay, so some colleges might open, some might not open. Okay. Opportunities after PGDM. See, opportunities, see, there is no difference in opportunities as such. Okay, so it is about like the place. See, one factor is of course the college where you study from. If you study from some decent college, there are some decent companies that come to your campus. Then apart from that, it's about your like performance, right? No one cares. See, like 5 years, 10 years down the line, no one even will bother that whether are you an MBA or not. Right? There are people who are non-MBAs. They could be managing people who are MBAs. Okay, so it should you should not think that here. Like of course, doing MBA or PGDM or MMS from a good institute will give you a kickstart. Right? You will end up getting a good job in the beginning. Right? From there, you have to grow on your own. Let us say a person starts with from some colleges, right? Some tier 3 college, gets a package of just, let's say, 7-8 lakhs, but that person is hardworking, smart, right, does well in the job, can rise to a very high position as compared to other person, let's say, who landed up from IM, but is just lazy, does not care about work, are not sincere. Okay, might not in the long run, the other person might do better. Okay. These are different institutes that you can uh, uh, apply to, and check with these institutes individually, right? Some of the applications are going on, especially like these Goa Institute Management and all, Great Lakes and all. Just check that if they will accept CMAT score this time or not, and if they accept, good, and keep preparing for CMAT, especially for the GK section. As I said, the GK section can make a difference, and other sections are comparatively easy when we talk about other examinations. And for GK, we have got one weekly series as well. At Sunday 9 p.m. we conduct marathon sessions. You can attend that also to understand that what type of questions you can expect in the examination. Okay, so I hope you got some information about the examination and the top colleges, right? So you should have your eyes open. Take care. Just assuring you that the examination will be held, maybe a bit delayed this year, but keep your preparation ready for the examination. If the notification comes, just be ready and do well. And probably you can, let's say you did not do well in CAD, you did not do well in ZAT, IFT, but through CMAT, you can get into a good institute. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great night. Goodbye.